our previous videos, we explored egalitarianism, cosmopolitanism, and the capability approach to planetary justice. Today, we are shifting gears to focus on libertarianism, which presents a very different viewpoint. At the heart of libertarianism is a strong emphasis on individual freedom and personal responsibility, with minimal government involvement. This perspective is likely to challenge many of the ideas we have covered so far. As we explore this approach, pay close attention to how it contrasts with the other theories we have discussed. Imagine you are about to embark on a long expedition. Each person has complete control over their own decisions, choosing their gear, planning their route, and setting their pace. There's no central plan, no shared resources, unless someone chooses to offer help. Success in this journey depends entirely on your own effort ability to navigate it alone, without relying on others. This metaphor captures the core of libertarianism, where individual freedom and responsibility are paramount. You succeed or fail based on your own actions. In libertarianism, the focus on personal responsibility goes further. It's not just about freedom of choice, but about autonomy from interference. There's no expectation that others or the government will step in to level the playing field or offer support. Self-reliance is key. The idea is simple. Each person starts the journey with whatever resources they have, and it's up to them to make the most of it. There's no obligation for anyone to share their wealth or advantages, and the state's role is limited to protecting individual rights, like life, liberty, and property, without redistributing resources. Success is determined by how well individuals reach their goals independently, regardless of their starting point. But what about those who can't even begin the trek? The disabled, the sick, or those born into conditions that prevent them from starting equally. What happens to them? What if someone, due to lack of access to healthcare or basic resources, can't set off at the same time? And is it really fair if some people inherit wealth or family support that gives them an advantage from the start? For Robert Nozick and other libertarians, redistributing wealth through government is unjust. They argue that everyone starts equally free to pursue their goals, with the state's role limited to protecting basic rights. But does this hold true when people come from such vastly different backgrounds? Someone born in a wealthy country like the USA has far more opportunities than someone born in a poorer country like Bangladesh. In contrast, cosmopolitanism recognizes these inequalities and seeks to address them. It advocates redistributing resources to give everyone a fair chance, regardless of where they start. Libertarianism, however, leaves individuals to rely solely on their own abilities and resources without addressing these imbalances. So, is it really fair? Do individuals under libertarianism truly have equal rights? And what kind of rights are we talking about? Libertarians argue that protecting civil liberties is what matters most. They believe markets should function as the primary means of exchange, with minimal government involvement. If someone faces bankruptcy, they must rely on the voluntary support of others, whether from within or beyond their country. This contrasts sharply with cosmopolitanism, where institutionalized forms of cooperation provide structured assistance. Under libertarianism, only voluntary organizations such as the World Health Organization or the World Intellectual Property Organization might offer support. In this libertarian model of planetary justice, everyone appears equal, in theory at least, standing at the same starting line. The sick, the healthy, the strong, and the disabled are all treated the same, with the idea that this is just. But this notion of equality is heavily qualified. It's formal equality, not equality of opportunity or outcome. And when it comes to the climate, libertarianism could argue that if someone wants to take action on climate change, they are free to do so through market-driven or voluntary initiatives. The state, however, has little or no role in driving environmental protection. We have explored libertarianism, a theory focused on personal freedom and responsibility with minimal government intervention. Justice is seen as protecting individual rights and autonomy, and redistribution is viewed as unjust. This approach leads to equal rights at the starting line, but without guarantees of equal outcomes. I would love to hear your thoughts on libertarianism. Share your answer in the comments. Do you think starting with equal rights but no redistribution leads to fairness? How do you think libertarianism would handle global issues like climate change, where cooperation is often needed? Should governments play a larger role in correcting inequalities, or should individual responsibility be prioritized?